What is up, y'all? GenZFanatics back with another episode. This time, game of the week. And as you can see, I got my boy Stevie next to me. Jets fan. God, how am I friends with this kid? I guess I am friends with EJ. He's an Eagles fan, which is harder to believe. But Stevie's here for game of the week this week. Patriots and Jets. Special. We're going to give you one prop, one fantasy player each, and then our score predictions, and that'll be it. EJ, again, will be back for the Sunday Props episode, so keep an eye on that. Anyways, since Stevie's my guest here, I'm going to let him go first on his fantasy player and his prop and what he thinks the Jets will do to the Patriots, which is not going to be a lot. But let's see what you got, Stevie.
All right, guys, first episode. I'm feeling good. So for the fantasy player, you know, it's kind of tough to pick Jets player in this situation. Patriots have a good defense. Jets have a good defense. It's going to be low scoring. But I have Breece Hall. I think Dalvin Cook, you know, he fumbled last week. He's not going to get majority of the carries. Breece Hall, he literally posted on Twitter 4 footballs because he had 4 touches last week. So I think you know, Coach Saleh, he understands that Breece is basically our whole offense. And in order for us to win the game, we need a good run game. So I say play Breece Hall, at least an RB2 this week.
I think Cook is way worse than Breece Hall, and I'm surprised that they played Cook over Breece Hall. I mean,
Gave him more touches.
It's just crazy, and he fumbled last week. Like what? So, all right, my fantasy player for this game, I gotta go with my boy Ramondre Stevenson. Jets are ranked 23rd versus the rush. Okay, and last week he had 50 yards and a touchdown on a better Miami D-line, right? Jets also gave up 72 yards last week to Tony Pollard. I don't know if I would put Stevenson over Pollard, but quite equal volumes of touches for Stevenson and Pollard. I think Stevenson could get past the Jets D-line. They're not that strong as you've seen it in the first 2 weeks, so take Stevenson at your RB2 and flex. Do not put him at your RB1 because I guarantee you should have a better RB1. And if you don't, I pray for you. And now Stevie will give you his prize pick prop for this game.
All right, so this might surprise you. I'm picking a Patriots player.
You see, when the Eagles played the Patriots, EJ also picked a Patriots player.
Well, I ain't EJ, so okay? I'm a different human. Anyway, so my prop might surprise you. It's Hunter Henry over 32.5 receiving yards. The Jets very, very mid on defending the tight end. Jake Ferguson had he had 2 touchdown opportunities, caught one of them, dropped the other one. And then who we played week 1? The Bills. They didn't really, not a good showing of the Bills tight ends.
So Halton Kincaid struggled, but it's not because of the Jets.
The whole Bills struggled.
Yeah.
And Hunter Henry, he had 50 plus receiving yards his first 2 games. He's gonna crush this. That's another fantasy player that you guys can start. He might get a touchdown or 2. It depends. But yeah, that's my prop.
Okay, I respect that prop. I think Hunter Henry is gonna make a name for himself this year on the Patriots.
Tight end 2 in fantasy.
He's crazy
So far.
crazy. So my prop for this game, Kendrick Bourne, another Patriots player. So how the Jets play on defense kind of concerns me. Because they keep their corners on the same side the whole game. That is the worst strategy I could, you know, when I played as a DB, I didn't play much, but when I was at practice in high school, my DB coach always switched the corners to whoever could guard the better receiver. If high school teams are doing this, NFL teams should know to do this too. Last week, CeeDee Lamb only had 1 target when Sauce Gardner was on him. But every time Sauce wasn't on him, CeeDee snapped. Purely tore up the Jets defense because
11 catches.
They did not switch the corners. They kept Sauce on one side, and Stevie told me that this pissed him off, and I could see why.
I was yelling.
And I could see why. So for me, Kendrick Bourne, my prop, he will go over 64 yards. I did not translate this prop to my phone, did I? You see, you come in here and I'll up everything. My prize pick prop, I got Kendrick Bourne over 41.5 receiving yards. This to me is safe. The Jets defense play a one corner set. What I mean by this is they keep the same corner on the same side the entire game. That is a terrible strategy, right? So I see Kendrick Bourne getting away from Sauce Gardner, which is the best cornerback in the league. Hands down. There's no doubt about it. Last week, whenever CD was against him, he had one target. But when he wasn't, he had 11 catches and a touchdown or two. So the Jets play a really weird scheme of defense where they keep the same corner on the same side. I don't agree with it. It's stupid. But you could see it change for like this game because Sauce had some real nice thing to say to his defensive coordinator after that. But Kendrick Bourne over 41.5 is safe for me. It is a safe prop. He had 64 yards on a more talented Philadelphia defense before they started to get all their injuries. And last week, he struggled to convert his plays, which, Jones wasn't really looking for him, and Jones wasn't really throwing him the ball that accurately. But he is the number one receiver on our team, and expect him to punish this Jets backfield. The Jets are ranked 16th versus the pass. They gave up 30 points to Dallas with a struggling quarterback. Yes, Dak Prescott sucks. But that is a different argument for a different day. But the Jets will struggle against our receivers as they did last week versus the Cowboys. Take Kendrick Bourne over 41.5. And now Stevie will give you his game prediction for the week. Obviously, he has to take the Jets, and I have to take the Patriots because that's what we think is going to happen. So, give us your score prediction, man.
All right. Like I said earlier, low scoring, defensive game. Both, let's say, top 7 defenses, I would say.
Yeah.
Arguably.
Yeah.
So,
I think Jets come in at 6. Patriots might come in at 7 or at 5.
It's tough. It's whatever.
But they're good defense.
Low scoring, defensive game. I had the Jets winning 19-17, game-winning field goal, 5 seconds left. Mark it.
Really? A field goal?
Field goal.
Okay.
We're probably only going to score once. It's probably going to be big bomb touchdown by Brees.
Zach Wilson is not the guy.
No.
But the way the
Definitely
Jets...
not.
The way I see the Jets winning this game, and like EJ said, it's going to be a cold day in hell when this happens. But the way I see the Jets accidentally beating us is if Brees Hall does have a good game and the Jets do feed him the ball. That's the only way I see it happening. But I don't think it's happening because Patriots haven't started 0-3 since Bill Belichick's first ever coaching gig in the early 2000s, maybe 2000 exactly, okay? So that was his first season coaching. The Patriots have won 14 games in a row versus the Jets 7 years in a row, okay? Let's not regard that. Streaks are meant to be broken, but not this time. Zach Wilson hasn't shown anything in the last year. He had a combined 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions with 432 yards through the 2 games he played against the Patriots last year. That's terrible. That is
awful.
Purely awful. Okay? So, the defense was decent last year, but we are way better this year. And our offense was not good at all last year with Matt Patricia, a defensive coordinator, making the calls on offense. God, that was a time I did not want to be around anybody. But this year, we do look much better on offense. And with the Jets' defensive questions, I see the Patriots winning this 12-25. Typically, Jets and Patriots games are low scoring because the defenses, they go at it. Jones, he's had so far a good start to the year. He still has to prove himself to me because that's just how I feel. But I think this is a perfect game for him to prove himself. This is a must-win for the Patriots. The Bills have won 1. The Jets, surprisingly, have won 1. The Dolphins have won 2. Okay, the Dolphins are the lead in this division, right? Patriots are the only team in this division that has not won a game. We have to win this game to get back to the playoff hunt, to even have a chance at the playoffs this year. But yeah, overall, Pats are the better team. on offense as of right now. On defense, it is going to be a big question. I cannot wait for this game. Patriots win, though, 12-25. Now, since it is a game of the week, and I do have my good friend Stevie here, punishments.
Drop some good
punishments
for him
we,
to do.
We need punishments because last time you guys dropped a total of 12 punishments. 8 of those punishments were only for me. Okay? So, listen to me clearly. You drop a punishment in the same comment. 1 for Stevie, 1 for Sebastian. Put Sebastian, Stevie, punishment.
Or
okay?
Punishment for either of us to do.
Or say Stevie or Sebastian. Don't just say Sebastian. I was really upset with that because you guys kind of put it out there. Oh, Patriots going to lose anyway. They did lose. I get it. That punishment was torture. My girlfriend was upset with me. My people at work were thinking I'm an Eagles fan. The times I heard "Go Birds" all day, what made me get a headache. So, drop a punishment for both of us, and we will decide after the game concludes of what we want to do. We will not do anything illegal or that will damper our reputation. Stevie has a great one going along, and so do I. Please don't do that to us, but we will do a punishment the following day. I'll see you guys on the next bit.